Dober Dan, hypothetical world comrades, welcome back. Today we're wrestling with a question so fundamental, so existentially squishy, it might just make you question whether you really chose to watch this video. We're asking, what if free will was an illusion?
And so on and so on.
Are we masters of our destinies, or just, leans in conspiratorially, Zizek style, ideological automatons, trapped in the symbolic order, performing the Grand Guignol of our lives for the gaze of the big other? The feeling of free will, we choose, is incredibly powerful. I feel like I chose this Hawaiian shirt, though my wife might disagree. I feel like I chose to spend an embarrassing amount of time trying to train my hamster to do parkour. Spoiler alert, hamsters are not natural gymnasts. Our whole society is built on this. Laws, morals, even those personality quizzes that tell you which Game of Thrones character you are, all based on the idea that we're autonomous agents. As Zizek might say, they know what they are doing, but they are doing it anyway.
And so on and so on.
We think we choose, but do we really? But what if it's all a big cosmic jouissance? What if we're just elaborate wind-up toys? Our actions predetermined by a chain of cause and effect stretching back to the Big Bang? Maybe even before. Maybe we're just characters in a giant simulation designed by bored aliens who are really into reality TV. As Zizek says,
It's not only our reality which enslaves us.
the most ideological act is to believe that we are not ideological. We're always already inside the system, even when we think we're rebelling by, I don't know, listening to polka music, ironically. Determinism, the fancy word for fate's got a spreadsheet and you're on it, says exactly that. Everything's pre-written. We're just dominoes. Our brains? Super fancy dominoes with existential angst, a craving for pizza, and the ability to invent the spork. Neuroscience, party pooper of philosophical debates, has some intriguing and possibly terrifying data. Brain activity for a decision can be detected before we're even aware of it. Benjamin Libet's experiments in the 1980s showed this. Brain activity related to a conscious decision appeared up to half a second before the person was even aware of making the decision. As Libet himself said, the readiness potential precedes the subjective experience of volition. So my brain's already screaming, order the double pepperoni, before I even have a chance to consider the cardiovascular implications. We all know how that ends. Where's free will in all this? Maybe it's like dark matter. We know it's there somewhere, but we can't quite put our finger on it.
I already am eating from the trash can all the time. The name of this trash can is ideology.
Hold on, some say those brain blips are just warm-ups. We can veto, like a tiny editor in our brains shouting, that pun is not going in. Others say free will is limited. Pizza toppings maybe. Life path? Compatibilism, the philosophical equivalent of a can't we all just get along? Conference says free will and determinism can be friends. Free will isn't total control. It's acting on our desires, even if those desires are pre-programmed by our genes, our upbringing, the insidious influence of advertising. You get the idea. So, even if my craving for chocolate is a product of my everything, I still choose dark over milk.
And so on and so on.
Philosophers have been arguing about this for centuries. Determinists like Spinoza say free will is an illusion. Libertarians like Sartre say we're radically free. Compatibilists try to find a middle ground. But what about neural determinism? Brain activity predates conscious awareness. As neuroscientist Sam Harris puts it, you don't choose what you will choose. Are we making decisions, or are our brains just putting on a puppet show? It's enough to make you want to question everything. Except maybe the importance of good coffee and the existence of cats. Cats are definitely real. Fun fact, did you know that some studies suggest that our belief in free will can actually influence our behavior? People who believe in free will tend to be more pro-social and less likely to cheat. So, even if it is an illusion, it might be a pretty useful one.
And so on and so on.
What if free will is an illusion? Could be chaos. Changes how we see morality and justice. If we're not responsible, can we blame anyone? Should we just embrace the sweet, sweet release of moral relativism? Probably not, but it could make us more empathetic. Everyone's a product of their circumstances. Maybe we should be a little less judgy and a little more understanding.
And so on and so on.
It's unsettling, sure, messes with our sense of self, but maybe that's the point. As Zizek says, the real is what resists symbolization. Maybe questioning everything is what makes us, well, us. Maybe the search for free will is free will. So, hypothetical world comrades, what's the ultimate verdict? Real? Fake? A useful fiction? Let me know. And subscribe for more existential fun. As Zizek might say, enjoy your symptom.